You're listening to The Blind Chick, an Aftersight original podcast. We're telling you stories about strength, overcoming hurdles, and living experiences. We see who you really are. Blindness can be an adventure. Are you ready for the journey of a lifetime? We are.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Blind Chick. That's Moses Street.
And that is Penn Street.
Come on. Oh, man, you are out of it. That was probably the worst you've ever done.
Yeah. Well, I just, for those who aren't here at this very instant, I have just been 7 straight hours of working on photographs, and all of a sudden, we're doing a podcast.
Wah, wah, wah. You got to think on your feet. Got to be quick if you're going to hang out with me. Well, we just went through one of our favorite holidays, Halloween.
Yep.
It was actually really cool. Moses and I and a couple of friends went down and did, I don't know what you would really call it. I thought it was going to be a live podcast interview on stage, but it was what do they call that? Where they ask you questions. Trivia contest.
And that was the first question. What kind of contest is this? And nobody got it. So but it did work.
Yeah. But the podcast is called Brain Candy, and it's an awesome podcast. It's these two amazing women. They have been doing podcasting before podcasting got popular. It's called Brain Candy. Check it out. But we had to do little teams. We had to dress up.
Yep.
We had to have costumes. Moses basically went as himself because you didn't really dress up.
Yeah, and and myself is usually scares people any time of year.
So he didn't need any kind of spookiness.
Yeah.
And I dressed up as a black standard poodle. So you guys, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and I was the blind guy, and she did not guide me well at all.
I didn't. I kept running him into holes and off stairs. Anyway, but the trivia contest, there was at least 17 individual teams. There might have been 18 or 19, but at least 17. And we came in 4th place. We even were in 3rd place there for a while, but we ended up getting 4th place, which that just means we didn't win anything.
Yeah. And I was handicapped. The questions were obviously geared to much younger people. For
you got that Shakespeare question right.
Yeah, but that's going back hundreds of years. So of course I know that. I knew Shakespeare personally.
But I like being somebody who's blind and low vision, except part of it was visual. But when it's just regular trivia, I actually like trivia because it's all audible. It's not visual.
Yeah.
So makes it an even playing field.
And what was the podcast people, Brain Candy?
Brain Candy.
Yeah.
And they talk about all kinds of stuff.
And the theater's really neat. It's an old one, and it was a small one. It's the Oriental.
In Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. And boy, it was old school. I haven't been in a theater like that forever. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I do want to give a shout out for last week's episode of The Blind Chick. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. It's Katie Boyd, who does blind sailing. And Moses and I both love sailing. So it was a pretty cool episode. And Katie's just amazing. And, she really found her niche when she lost her vision with sailing. And now she's passing that on to other people. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, and it was particularly exciting for me because back in the 80s when I still had money, I had a sailboat in the Caribbean, and so I'd go sailing 3 winters in a row.
And we call that time period BP. That's before Penn.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But you've been sailing with me a few times.
Yes.
But not, and overnight. We spent the night that one time on the sailboat out of Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love sailing too, because you really don't need to see to sail, which is awesome.
You would think you would, but you can feel everything and you can hear
Absolutely.
everything. You know?
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
And then over the weekend here in Colorado was the National Federation of the Blind of Colorado
and
state convention, which was fun.
But I've got to complain. Their Halloween party, everybody came as a blind person with a white cane. That was terrible.
Wah, wah, wah.
I told you my brain's only half here.
It's only half full today.
Yeah, and we ought to
but yeah, it was really fun. I love going to those conventions because it's kind of like going back to summer camp, but much shorter, obviously, than summer camp. But I see people there that, or literally run into them.
My ankles are still all bruised and bleeding from getting hit with the
because you're not fat, and you can see.
I know, and you'd
least
think I could
the way.
duck, but no, you guys are just too fast with those canes.
But yeah, it was so fun. Tina Bobina, it was fun seeing you in person. I see Tina almost every week on a virtual low vision support group that we're on, but it was fun seeing her in person. And I know she's a fan of the pod, so Tina Bobina.
Oh, and Marty was there. The podcast.
Marty Sovo from the Code Orange podcast was there. And Chris was there from the podcast Penny Forward. So lots of really cool people. And there's somebody we met there. We'll keep it as a surprise, but we're going to have her on the Blind Chick as a guest. She was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
Just a little heads up is because there was an insurance guy's table right next to ours. I discovered, and I mean, it's been in the news, but I discovered I lost my insurance. And it's the insurance that covers the 20% that Medicare doesn't cover. So just a heads up, check your insurance.
Yes, this is Medicare open enrollment in the United States. Make sure you check your insurances because Moses actually lost his coverage, and we would not have even known about it if it wasn't.
We
just got the letter in the mail yesterday.
We did not know, and it's not that long to get it fixed because you want to get it fixed in advance before it becomes a big deal.
Yeah. So, and we have exciting plans. A week from today, Moses and I are attending the Blind Travel Summit in Austin, Texas. And we got invited to do a live recording of the Blind Chick while we're there. We're going to interview 4 blind travelers, and they're all very, very different. And it's going to be really fun and lots of Moses calls them heavy hitter blind people. That doesn't mean they hit you with their canes hard either. But Mike May is going to be there. Our friend Gina Harper, his lovely wife, is going to be there. Scott is going to be there from Guatemala, and Scott was on our podcast. About a month? Maybe it's been longer than that. 2 months ago. With blind pilots. So lots of really fun people.
Is Sedona Dave going to be there?
No, because it was either go to Austin, Texas or New Zealand. So I don't understand it, but they went to New Zealand instead.
Yeah, and Sedona Dave, for people who don't know, he's a wonderful character literally living
Yes.
in Sedona, thus the nickname. And he's the source of some of the canes that After Sight.
Yeah, he's the one that constructed, and now it's out for the world, the all-terrain cane.
Yeah.
And then their newest one is called the Urban Explorer cane, which is my favorite cane, my go-to cane. So check them out at A Werewolf Gear.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really awesome. But yeah, the travel summit will be really cool. And it's coming at a really good time because yesterday I got a call from a really dear friend, and she just had a big milestone birthday. I will not reveal what that was, but
Wasn't it 19?
yeah, it was 19. Yeah. There you go.
Ben's known her since she was a kid.
Yeah. But she loves to travel, loves to travel. She's been all over the world, but she's losing her vision. She has RP, retinitis pigmentosa, and she loves to travel independently. But as she's gotten older and lost more vision, she found a travel buddy that she likes to travel with. And her travel buddy has perfect vision. She has some other health issues, but she can see. So they're a great team, and they've traveled internationally quite a few times together.
Yeah.
But this last time they just got back. I can't remember where in Europe, but they just got back. And her travel buddy basically told her that she felt that this trip was really hard because my friend needed extra help because she's lost some vision, and she couldn't enjoy the trip the way she wanted to because she felt like she had to take care of my friend. And I'm sorry, but I believe in honesty. Like, we all should be honest with each other, especially with our friends. But there are kind, respectful, gentle ways to tell people your truth without devastating them.
Right.
Well, my friend was devastated, and of course she called and she's so upset. She's like, I'm never going to be able to travel again, and on and on. And I told her about the travel summit that we're going to, and that I would kind of research, well, how are other blind people traveling independently? There's got to be a way.
Right.
Like, there just has to be. I know that there are travel agencies out there that, like, say, for instance, like if I wanted to go to Europe by myself, I could go through this travel agency. I would pay double because I'm paying for myself, but I'm also paying for my sighted guide.
Right.
So I have to pay for my vacation twice as much, and the sighted person gets to go for free.
Right.
And if I could afford to do that, I would just take my best friend and pay all their expenses. So, but I'm not shaming these travel agencies because obviously it works. Some people can afford that. I can't. My friend can't. So there has to be a way for people to travel safely and independently with vision loss. So all of you out there, if you have any connections, ideas, please let me know.
Yeah.
Reach out to contact@aftersight.org or feedback@aftersight.org. And let us know. Like,
and I also I don't get the travel buddy thing at all, because Penn and I have been traveling together for 38 years, and it's never been an issue. It's, how hard can it be to be a travel buddy unless you hate having people touch your elbow when you're walking down the street? It is beyond me. And yes, I know some people are still going through the trauma of sight loss and don't have all the skills. But our friend, she has amazing skills,
And she's super fit.
Yeah.
She can outwalk me any day.
Yeah, and 90% of it is you just want to get out there. And it's
Yeah.
not like you have to walk slower. It's not like you can't do certain things, because as everybody out there listening knows, just because you lost your sight doesn't mean you can't do everything a sighted person does, except,
Yeah,
of course, drive and fly.
Well, and that isn't even the case anymore.
And
But yeah, it just makes me sad that, like, I can't imagine not being able to travel. Like, that would suck.
yeah, and
But I don't know.
the thing that people don't think of when they've lost their sight is you actually add a great deal to travel, because you're experiencing it in ways that sighted people just flat out miss,
Yeah.
And so it really adds to travel with blind people. So
Yeah, so I'm really curious about what people are going to share next week, and we'll come back and share with everybody what we learned
yeah,
about. I mean, there's things like technology, like with our phones, that we can travel independently because we all do it every day, all day. But like, why is that? And I know my friend, yes, she could go by herself, but it's just more fun going with a
right.
friend.
Yeah, and one that it's a cliche that blind people, if they're going to go do anything, go to work, whatever, you guys are phenomenal planners. And
Yes.
and so any travel person like me, all the trips I ever did, it was just book the plane, and then, okay, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, like we would fly into we spent literally altogether years living in Mexico, and we would fly down to Cozumel, because we really liked the Yucatan. And we would walk from the airport into town, and then take the boat over to the mainland. And then once we got there, there's always guys at the bus station or at where the boat were who wanted to get you a place to stay. And so we'd grab one of those guys, and they'd take us around to a bunch of hotels till we found something that most of the time cost $15 to $20 a night. And
you're not going to get that nowadays, but
yeah, but
yeah.
but now traveling is way more tame and way more, and so it's really good to have somebody who is an excellent planner. And so,
Well, I know, like our trips, I plan everything. I
Yeah.
get the airline tickets, I get airport transfers, I book the hotels, the Airbnbs,
yeah,
like I book everything.
yes. So like traveling with Penn is like you're just going to your house, because it's that difficult. You know where the house is,
You just magically arrive.
You've got drivers, you've got everything's just there. I was totally freaked out.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned the travel topic at our low vision group recently, and it again, it made me sad because people shared some of their experiences with going with family and friends on trips and feeling like a burden. And and it's interesting because when we travel, the only times I feel like I'm a burden is when I'm like other things that are happening, not my eyesight, but like if my heart is acting wonky or I'm really nauseous, like some of my other health issues, then I feel like a burden. But I've never felt like a burden because of my eyesight. But so many people were sharing that they felt like a burden. And I'm like, that is so sad. Like, you need new friends and family members.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted to
No
say.
joke.
And I do know, like I know the National Federation of the Blind. There's a special cruise that a bunch of them are going on. So there'll probably be hundreds, if not 1,000,
Yeah.
blind people on this cruise. And some people are really into that kind of thing, which is great. That's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just would love to know more things that are out there.
I'll bet you if there's somebody out there that felt like trying it, I'll bet if you placed an ad looking for a travel person, that you would get hundreds of people, especially if you put all the perks out. Because another thing, traveling with Penn, we get better seats on the airplane. We get on the airplane first. We get a guide.
We get through TSA much faster.
Yeah, and airports are getting so big and complicated. We get a guide to take us out to the plane. That's hardly a burden, okay?
Yeah.
And you go to a rock concert, you're going to get a better seat if you go with a blind person.
Or even museums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times.
Oh, you get guides for free.
Well, or I'm free. So a lot, like when we were in Europe, a lot of the castles and things were free for me.
Yeah.
So, if I went with another person, I would just say, well, let's just go in halves. Like, I'll pay for half, you pay for half. So you get a discount for both of you.
Or like at the Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, we actually got to go into a special room because of Penn. Where they had some of the antiques and
I don't know if we're supposed to tell people that though.
Yeah.
But a lot of times there are perks going with somebody who's blind or low vision.
A lot of times, every time.
Yeah. But I was thinking, I don't think this exists, but if there was an app, like there's all these dating apps, not that I've ever used one, but I feel like there should be an app that links people that like to travel with blind travelers. So like my friend could get on and say, this is where I want to go. This is when I want to go. These are sort of the accommodations I would need. And then if there's people out there that I've always wanted to go there, but I've never wanted to go by myself. And they're willing to be your sighted guide, and you both pay whatever it is you pay. And maybe, I kind of like having my own hotel room, but if you are both kind of on a budget and you okay it, you guys could even share a hotel room.
Yeah.
And that would cut down on expenses. You would be sharing cabs and Ubers and Lyfts and things like that. So that would cut down on your cost as well. But I just think there should be something like an app, and that people are screened. So, you don't end up in, Portugal with a serial killer. You wouldn't want that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I feel like dating apps are so popular. And you don't hear people getting murdered all the time with dating apps. Maybe they are, and I don't know. But I feel like there should be some kind of travel app that connects people with each other that like to travel.
Yeah. And this feeds into my crusade is there are over 100,000 blind people in Colorado, and you never see them out and about. And there's millions of blind people in the United States, and again, you never see them out and about. And
I know
you guys have got to get out and be seen because being seen gives you power.
Yeah.
And another one for finding a travel partner, it's an old school, before the days of the internet. If you wanted to drum up business, you hung out in coffee shops. And you go to the coffee shop every day for an hour or so, and you can go different times and that kind of thing. You are going to meet people, and
that's so true.
Yeah, especially if you got a white cane, because then they'll come up and you just have to have a funny answer for, are you blind? How did you go blind? And then after you get that ridiculous stuff out of the way, they're going to discover that you are this wonderful person, and they're going to want to take you on a trip around the world, and they'll pay for it all.
Yeah.
Which may or may not be true.
But going along with that, though, my friend Gina Harper,
she travels everywhere.
She travels everywhere, and her husband are totally blind, and they go everywhere all the time. But she told me once, like, always talk to who you're near. Like, if you're sitting on an airplane, you make friends with the people around you, because you don't know. Like, they could be like, oh, you're going to Tuscany? I own a villa in Tuscany. Why don't you stay there? Or, like, you just make all these neat connections and stuff when you actually
constantly.
Yeah. So, but it is hard. And there is sort of an art about, especially for blind and low vision people, I think, because, like, I can't see the person sitting next to me and they're reading, of Mice and Men.
Right.
And I can't, like, oh my gosh, you're reading Mice and Men? That is one of my favorite books. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, you really have to only go off of audible cues.
Yeah.
But Gina, she just was like, hi, I'm Gina. What's your name? Like, and I've always remembered that about Gina's advice, because you don't know, they may have your next job in their hands.
Yeah.
They might have that next connection. But
well, and Penn and I traveling, we of course meet dozens and dozens of people, and they add tremendously, because like, we were on Isla Mujeres, and we get to talking to this guy, and he goes, oh, he says, I got this fisherman, and he hunts he goes out and spearfishes barracuda. And I said, oh, that would be cool. And the guy goes, yeah, come on down. He says, you can go out with them. And so I got to go out on this little boat out into the middle of the ocean, and we were snorkeling, and because I can hold my breath a pretty long time, but this guy could hold his breath for like 3-4 minutes. And
you also thought he was going to murder you.
Yeah,
you can't leave that part out.
That's a whole other story. But it was still, well, the thinking that I was going to get murdered did add to the excitement.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know we need to start thinking and planning about our next big trip. I keep getting all these ads and notifications about Iceland Air, because we took Iceland Air to Iceland and to Scotland, and there's all these amazing deals, and I would love to go to either back to Iceland or to Norway to see the lights, because I think I would be able to see the northern. Are they called northern lights?
Yeah.
Okay, the northern
or
lights.
Aurora Borealis.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah.
But I mean, we loved Iceland. Like, I would love to go back there. But you have to go when it's cold, though.
Yeah, and for my dark humor, and how important blind people would be to sighted people while traveling is, for the Aurora Borealis, you've got to go where they start having the darkness all the time. And so a blind person would be the perfect person to take to Iceland or Norway in the winter, because the sighted people would not be able to see, and you, of course, can see.
That's true. That is true. But it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
cold.
so start a tour company.
I know.
Antarctica in the summer and Norway in the winter.
That would be fun. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, and did you, because of my short-term memory loss, while we're down in Austin, we're going to be doing a live podcast.
Yes, I did say that, but you can say it again.
On stage. And
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Of course, Penn won't be able to get on stage because she can't see. She won't know how to do it.
None of us will be able to get
Yeah, we'll have to stand in front of the stage and try and do the podcast.
That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm always nervous going into live, tapings because of technology. Like, I'm not worried about the human aspect; it's the technology. But once I know the technology works, I'll be all right. But yeah, we have 30 minutes, so it's gonna be a whirlwind.
Yeah.
But then what's cool is later on, Moses and I will interview each one of them and do a full episode, because they're just gonna have literally 5 minutes each to share.
We had a get to know each other last week.
Yes.
And some fascinating people, which that's the neatest thing for us about this, is we're getting to meet all of the listeners, because you may not think so, but you've got a good story. I mean, you cannot live and not have probably more great stories than you have any idea of. And so doing this, it is exciting because we're meeting all these just amazing people, which is you guys.
Yeah. You out there in the podcast world. But yeah, we'll share more about our guests.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah. And email us or email Penn so that you can get on the podcast.
Yes. Feedback at aftersight.org. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm in the office.
It's a Wednesday, isn't it?
It is a Wednesday.
Okay, we called it a day.
We did. But just a couple, little housekeeping things. Next week, on the Blind Chick, we have an amazing therapist that's going to be on, and I think she says a lot of really cool tips and about keeping our sanity, and because losing your vision does suck.
Yeah, big time.
So really excited to introduce her to all of you. She was really neat to interview. And also just want to give a shout out if you have some extra pennies or dollars or $100 bills rolling around in your bank account these days. Please remember Aftersight in your end of year giving. Colorado Gives Day is actually going on now. As of November 1st, you can preempt your donation for November 9th, which is Colorado Gives Day. Just go to aftersight.org and donate through there. It's a wonderful cause. We would absolutely not be able to do this podcast without Aftersight. They're the umbrella under all of our podcasts here at Aftersight.
Yes.
So,
and it's growing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of neat topics are going on. Check out Blind Level Tech. Evan has had some really amazing updates on some of the phones that are coming out and other various things. And yeah, things are hopping here at Aftersight, but we need all your help to support us. So aftersight.org and click on the donate. We'd really, really, really appreciate it. And
I've got one, just a light thing to finish on, because both Penn and I love going to movies.
Yes.
And Penn, it's frustrating for me because I love foreign movies, and Penn gets nothing out of the foreign movies because reading subtitles kind of ruins the movie when you're reading the subtitles out loud. But we just went and saw
Begonia.
with Emma Stone. And Plemons. I can't think of his first. Jesse Plemons. And for people that want their minds expanded, it's a crazy one. And then, can you remember the title? Because the more they talk in a movie, the better it is for Penn. So we just went and saw one with Ethan Hawke, who is famous for his ability to memorize millions of lines. And it was another Richard Linklater film.
I cannot remember the name of it, but it was.
No. Well, that'll be the cliffhanger. We'll know in 2 weeks when we're back on.
Yeah, but Begonia was a sweet movie because it really does go into don't judge a book by its cover, and also don't shove people to the sidelines just because they may act different or sound different than you, because they actually could be the most intelligent and most incredible person that you'll ever meet.
Yes.
So don't shove us to the sidelines.
Yeah.
So on that note, again, thank you all for following us. Give us a 5-star review if you feel like we're worthy of it. Share us, follow us. We really, really appreciate it. Reach out to us. I would love to know your travel tips out there. And again, it's feedback@aftersight.org. And remember to be kind to yourselves this week and find a way to be kind to somebody else. It's good for your soul.